Hello, how you guys all doing? Happy New Year. Darren, Happy New Year. How you doing out there, man?
Thank you. Doing good, Joe. How about you?
Good, good. You know, I have to say thank you to you and your wife for the wonderful board games night for New Year's. That was a lot of fun. And there was some good food there, so thank you for that.
I must say, I kind of felt old in the process of doing it, but we've
Why?
got some very young clients that were talking about how much they enjoy board game night. I'm like, all right,
Yeah,
it's a thing.
yeah. You carried the water. Thank you
good.
for that.
All good.
All right, well, look, guys, we're going to do the usual. Thanks for joining us now. Thanks for joining us later. This is always recorded for you to check out later. We're going to do the usual. We're going to go through solds in the last 7 days, actives in the last 7 days that Darren feels are important. We're going to have a subject. Today it's going to be about the market outlook, a little bit more focused into Northeast LA in January. And then, of course, we're going to go through the market in general, interest rates, that sort of thing, what's going on there. So let's see. I'm trying to think. And you may have seen it in the email, but we do have a Silver Lake home for lease. And it's so fresh, we don't even have the information out yet on the market. But Darren, do you want to talk about it a little bit?
Sure, absolutely. We sold this house a couple years back. Gosh, maybe it's been 3 or 4 years now. It's a remodeled, very nice 2-bed, 2-bath house in a great neighborhood with a lot of good access.
Yeah.
It is its own structure. It's got a private yard. It's all contained. It's got a little bonus space behind the garage, which could be used as something. It's got a 1-car garage, and it just shows well. It's a great place.
You know, one thing I noticed today, Darren, as I was doing the scan and the photos and stuff, is if you have a small dog, they've made it very convenient for small dog owners, right? Because they have not only a kitchen entry and exit, but for the bedroom, the master bedroom, or primary, excuse me, you can send your dog out very quickly without having to get up and jump back in the bed real quick. So,
Sure.
but, I was impressed with the size today, man. That living room is really good sized. The kitchen is very nice. The bathrooms have bidets. I mean, they really outfitted it well since we sold it to them. So
Sure, large showers. When I was a walk-in shower. Yeah, it's a good home. It's got a lot of nice amenities. You're correct. It all is. The spatial layout is good. It maximizes the use of the space.
yeah. And I loved that they built those stairs going up the side.
From the car.
That's perfect, man.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Well, look, check that out. We will have more information maybe today, maybe tomorrow on it, and we're happy to show it to you. And last but not least, we have a lease still in Tahunga, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, very beautiful, out in nature. So consider that as well. It's a month of leases, isn't it, Darren?
Got another one coming up tomorrow. So
I know.
so far, it certainly feels that way.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, look, let's go ahead and get into, I guess, the market snapshot. We will, let's see here. Oh, not that. Let's go here. Share screen. There it is. So we are looking at Mortgage News Daily, which is almost real-time report of interest rates and what's going on from that side. Let me just make this a little bit bigger. And we're starting here with the 30-year fixed mortgage rate. It is, at least for today, it looks like, 6.28. Freddie Mac, 6.27. And as we look at the daily ups and downs of it, January 5th today, see, the rate really is, 6.5. It went up 0.09%.
Right. And again, jumbo loans. We recently had a client. Jumbo's 5.7. 3/4 of a point less, which is huge. And we recently had a client who could have gotten like a $200,000 loan on their purchase. Very intentionally, actually get a jumbo loan. So they took an additional $600,000 on their loan. They absorbed that additional amount just to get a 3/4 point lower rate. That's obviously their choice. But I will say this, I did learn something that I hadn't heard before, and I don't know if this is available across the board, which is why I particularly bring this up. This was a Wells Fargo loan, and what happened was their lender convinced them to do this because their lender said, "We will reset your loan. This loan is structured such they can close that loan and make their first payment of $500,000 right after closing, and their entire loan will reset to the new balance."
Wow.
So they got the lower rate. They can make a huge lump sum payment to then reduce their monthly cost. I don't know how many people are in that situation to maneuver all that, but in this business, you always see all these unique things. That was unique. I had not heard that before. I'll be curious to see if others lenders do it, but that's another tool we have if we need it for a future client.
Yeah, that's great. Good for Wells Fargo. So yeah, you can see here 30-year fixed 6.5, 30-year jumbo 5.7, 5/1 arm 6.20, FHA 6.12. So everything's gone slightly up, hasn't it? 30-year VA 6.19. So, okay. So that's the quick look on interest rates. Anything more to add there, Darren?
Yep.
Okay. All right. We're done with that. As we roll on to, I guess, January and the market outlook, how do you want to talk about that? What are you seeing out there?
We're certainly seeing everybody trying to make predictions. And we show up here not trying to make our own prediction, but definitely digesting the volume of predictions that are out there.
Yep.
It's definitely a time, I think December, January, or maybe January might be the most relevant time where it's an example of people hearing what they want to hear, right?
Okay.
Buyers are hearing markets down, markets down, markets down. And look, in reality, it's because it's what they want to hear.
Right.
They're not reading further into a lot of those articles. Yeah. There's definitely people that are coming from a position of, hey, we're predicting that prices are going to go down. But there is no real evidence of that yet in our market. Right. So all these market is down articles that you're seeing and headlines are about volume. Volume is down. Volume is dropping off even further. Right. It was unexpectedly. Now look, it always slows down in December. It always slows down in January. So that's factored in when they say it's slowing down even more than expected. Right. The key for pricing, good or bad, whichever side of the aisle you're on here, whichever direction you want it to move in, is going to be increased inventory. So inventory has bumped up a little bit this year, and everybody knows that, and it became a little more of a balanced market because of that. Buyers have left, there are fewer in the market, so the volume of sales is way off. That doesn't mean price reductions.
No, not at all.
It can mean price reductions eventually if somebody doesn't sell their house, and I think in some cases it does.
Right, you've got those opportunities. Yeah, that might happen,
but not across the board. It's still in the balanced category from market perception with low volume. And the next key elements to watch to see where it's all going to go, interest rates. If we stay in that 6.5 range, that's kind of become like the new norm. Whether you like it or not, it's going to reestablish itself as the new norm. If it stays volatile, moves all over the place, well, then it's hard to predict anything. Then the next element is inventory. Will inventory increase? Will more sellers want to come to market? And they will in spring, but will the buyers be there to buy it? Right. That's the question. We're not going to know that really until February, in my opinion, unless there are bigger economic craziness that goes on, like not having a functioning Congress. Right.
I haven't even kept up with that for today. I was watching it yesterday.
I just watched early this morning, man. The 7th vote took place.
7th. Wow.
And they still don't have a sitting majority leader. So
wow.
Maybe it's changed since then.
Since this morning.
So yeah, that's it. It's volume. It's rates. Rates will definitely affect it. But the volume is the key, for sure.
Yep. Okay. Well, let's take a look at what that means with seller wins and buyer wins. And, as you said, Darren, it's still a little bit of a holiday time. So our numbers are a little off still. But let's take a look at what we're talking about here. I'll share my screen. Boom, boom. So let me make this a little bigger. Boom, boom. There we go. Okay. So, still on the, on the days on market, it's been the magic number of 13 pretty consistently over the last couple weeks, I think from December on. And you can see here, prices are still, for the most part, above list. There were, I believe, 11 solds in the last 7 days. And only 1, 2, 3, 4 were at list or below. So, as you're saying, price is still there in our market, price appreciation.
Right.
Let's go ahead and jump into it. I guess we'll do Benton Way. Let me grab my, here we go. Now, we've got something coming up on Benton Way, right? I don't know where it is in relation to this one, but this is 1622 North Benton Way.
It's in the vicinity, for sure.
Is it? Okay,
Yeah.
I was wondering. Good old web authentication. Have you been getting this more lately?
No, I haven't. Not for MLS, but more and more having two-step verifications, which is good,
Yeah. Hold on, let me just...
When they break into the password companies, more things need to happen.
220519. Okay. Here we come. Okay, so let's go back down. Okay, so this is, let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Okay. Bear with me, guys. I'm a little out of practice. Here we go. Okay, I'll start the slideshow and go over the facts here. 1622 North Benton Way. That's Los Angeles. This is Echo Park. 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 808 square feet. Sold for $1,325,000. It's a 3,730 square foot lot. And let's see, this list price was $1,099,000. Again, it went for a sold price of $1,325,000. That's a increase of $226,000 and 121% of the list price. It took 13 days on the market to sell. This is brought to us by Molly Kelly and Gail Weiss. And on the buy side, Adam Brower represented. So yeah, what do you think of this place, man?
It's a good pocket of Silver Lake. It's
Right.
on the border between the two. It is. It was underpriced, but the standout item is the listed square footage at 808 square feet.
Right.
Certainly, that neighborhood can go all the way up to $2 million. So, a $1 million price point with a finished house, which it certainly is finished. Kitchen has a nice layout, is spacious, nice choice of finishes. Looks like from the photos, huge extended living on the patio, which is over the 2 garages. The garages are a bonus, and the view is great. So you've got a lot of really good elements going on here, including the detached work shed, which it looks nicely appointed. So a lot of bonus elements for a small house. Makes that small house very desirable. So I'd say it sold for an appropriate price and was just listed low.
Yeah. As you said, a lot of good points here. Indoor, outdoor living, the workspace, the view. When I saw that view, I was like, okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay, next. Let's move on. We are going to go to 1329 North Avenue 45. And this started at a list price of $849,000. It ended at $1,054,000 for a $205,000 increase. It's 124% of the list price. This took a scant 7 days on the market. Bear with me here. All right. Okay, the facts. 1329 North Avenue 45. This is Eagle Rock, 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,040 square feet. Sold for $1,054,000. It's a 5,400 square foot lot. Days on market 7, as I said. Brought to us by Shannon Shue. And on the buy side, a colleague, Anselm Clinard. So congrats to both in their effort.
So we've got a lot of the same components here. Starting with definitely way underpriced.
Right.
At $849 for a finished house.
Yeah, really.
This one's a little bigger even. I would have thought, in all sincerity, it would have gone up even more. They just started too low on this one.
Yeah. It's a good price still at $1,054,000.
It is still a very good price. I think they could have gotten $100K more, in my opinion. Because of the amenities it has. You know, it shows well. It's got a 2-car garage. It's got a good curb appeal.
Yeah.
It's got a terraced backyard. It's got an observation deck all the way at the top of the backyard with some very nice views. The kitchen flows well into the common space. It has a lot going for it.
Now, you know, Darren, just I didn't mention this in the last listing, but it had an offer deadline. This one has an offer deadline. And before I saw that, I questioned, gosh, I wonder if they sold this too quickly, in a way.
Right. That's relevant. It's a relevant point, Joe. Only because buyers, you know, with a more balanced market, you know, we recently worked with some buyers that were really struggling with the pace of a sale.
Yeah.
And usually what we say to buyers is, look, if you're comfortable moving fast, you'll just get in there and get ahead of other people that aren't, right?
Right.
I'd rather offer a lower price and do it fast than let it all play out and let the price rise. So we give buyers those options. We have conversations, find their comfort level. But you're correct. I think they're moving a little slower these days. So setting an early date, leaving it on the market for less time, still gives a buyer the sense that it's on a short fuse, which could get them to move quicker. I will say that both of these listings went on the market at a slower time. And there's definitely a logic there to even underpricing it further during that time to try to generate activity. Otherwise, it will languish.
Well, look, I think you made a good point because, this sold 12/30/2022. I'm sure it was a similar case for the other one. But, year end, right? We want to get things done.
Right. Post-Thanksgiving, right at Thanksgiving, you're like, well, I better be more aggressive on my listing price. And hopefully the market will drive up the price. And in both cases, it did. And I bet you sellers are happy in both cases because that happened.
But again, depending upon the goals and the expectations, it depends on the seller, it depends on the buyer, but I think they left a little on the table on this one.
It's an example, though, for buyers to understand that even if it's a buyer's market, maybe they gain the advantage on where the seller even chose to list. It doesn't mean you can't pay over. It doesn't mean you're not getting a good price. I think buyers won on both of these properties. And I imagine the sellers are happy because it went well over their list price. It really is a win-win.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, really good points there on the last two. Let's take a look at the next one. This is one of our favorite streets, Darren, Montecito Drive.
Yeah,
so this
we
is
sold this
1100 Montecito Drive.
Sure.
Started at $999,000 and it ended at $1,203,300 for a $204,300 increase. 120% of the list price, sold again in a quick 13 days. And this owner had done a lot, I think, right? He was
They
an
did
architect.
do a lot.
They
Yeah.
made it nice.
They did. These are great houses, but they're not very conducive to families. And this was an expanding family,
Right.
and they were making the best of it. But it's a cliffhanger, and it's not easy access to the yard that does exist.
Right.
So same thing though, 100%. They went aggressive on price to get early activity, and they got it because it was underpriced at $1 million.
Yeah.
So in my
Especially with
opinion-
all the extra work he did, for sure.
yes.
Let me just give you some facts here. 1100 Montecito Drive. This is 90031. That's Montecito Heights area. 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,071 square feet. $1,203,300. 7,000 square foot lot. And this is brought to us by Lillian Pfaff. And on the buy side, Tabitha Vogelsong Vargas. Wow, what a great name. Yeah, he didn't do anything down below, but like we said, he did. Oh, there's a little bit of something.
Oh, they did. They leveled it. They actually
Yeah.
built a small retaining wall and created a level
yeah. Oh,
destination
nice.
down there. Yeah.
Very nice. Oh, great. Congrats to him. All right. And again, sometimes there are no losers, there are no winners, there's just happy people. We're going to go to what we consider buyer wins. And this one is 2384 Norwalk Avenue. It started at $1,210,000 and landed at $1,210,000. So no movement. List price 5 days on the market to sell. And let's see what they saw. All right. Okay, the facts. 2384 Norwalk Avenue. This is Eagle Rock. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 930 square feet of living space. Sold at $1,210,000. List price. Smaller lot, 3,600 square foot lot. And let's see here. 5 days on the market. And brought to us by Marissa Solis. And on the buy side, Aldo Linares. Both the same brokerage. So good for them. Any thoughts? Any observations? What do you see?
Marissa Solis is out there selling property again. Wow. she is one of the owners of Nila.
Got it.
Yeah. So, and yeah, Aldo also works for the same space now. So, yeah, it's a remodeled house. My guess is they remodeled it, and then they represented the buyer on the purchase. This is a case where they priced it more near the top of the market. That price is very interesting to me. $1,210,000. Why did they go $1,199,000, which or $95,000, which would have been much more common.
Yeah.
But it's a nice house in good condition. It's got looks like it has a detached garage, which again is very relevant these days.
Yep.
Small lot, but the house seems to be well situated. Good outdoor, good use of the outdoor space. So,
Yeah, I was gonna just the way the yard is on to the side. Yeah, it's really good use of the lot for sure. Yeah, it looks larger in my head.
Yeah, it could that the photos are askew, but it looks plenty large. Absolutely.
Yeah. And kudos to the developer or the investor here. They tend to do good work. It looks.
They do. They take pride in their work. I agree with that, Joe.
Yeah. Okay. Next, we're going to go to the next buyer win, and let's see. We're going to my neck of the woods. It seems this is 3005 Hyperion Avenue. And this started at $999,000, ended at $955,000 for a reduction of $44,000, 96% of the list price, 26 days on the market. Let's see what happens here. Okay. The facts: 3005 Hyperion Avenue. This is Los Feliz, as my wife corrects me. 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 904 square feet. 955,000 is the sold price. Smaller lot again at 2,811 square feet of lot. And let's see here, 26 days on the market, brought to us by, Sierras Irdelyi, and Zachary Mink. All these great names. And on the buy side, Matthew Tilley represented the buyer. So congrats to everyone there. Oh boy, I know some of the things you're going to say, but
Of course, man. It's obvious. It's so obvious.
right.
Like, look at the 3 weeks.
Oh, and it's tenant occupied, by the way.
Oh gosh, that makes it hard. So with tenant, are you seeing that?
Hold on here.
Does that matter in a big way?
Probate sale with full authority.
Mm-hmm.
Sold as is. Where is blah blah blah? Buyer must perform on sale. Confirmation overbid. Good faith fund. Just says in caps, property is tenant occupied twice.
Got it.
I think
it's a probate sale. So
yeah.
So you're having to. So look, first off, lab rep, and what tenant is going to go out of their way to prep property?
Right.
A clear example of that. I was going to say, where we normally go is the seller wasn't willing to prep, the seller wasn't willing to put stuff away, agent didn't try to do these things.
Right.
But clearly it sold for less compared to the properties we just looked at. And the cleanliness and the condition and the staging that all those had makes a big difference. I mean, This is in a good neighborhood, and this is a low price for this property. So if you buy a single family home with an existing tenant, if they're not on lease, you can wait if you plan on occupying it. But if the tenant resists, boy, good luck. You better have another place to stay for a while while you wait for the courts to address it.
Hey, you know what? These guys made their bed, so good for them. They got to do some things. So
it's all good.
It looks neat, at least. Yeah. Okay. Well, great. One thing, Darren, I wanted to ask you: are you connected on Wi-Fi, or do you have that Ethernet connected to your computer now?
The Ethernet did not take, like I said. It just
okay.
So I have Wi-Fi.
Okay, we'll work on that later.
Okay.
Your audio is kind of in and out. But all right, next one is 5034 Baltimore Street. This started at $1,198,800, landed at $1,100,000, and that's a $98,800 reduction. 92% of the list price. 5 days on the market to sell, and let's see the pretty pictures. So that's a pretty sizable discount. Okay, 5034 Baltimore Street. This is Highland Park. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 1,826 square feet of living space. Sold for a good price, I feel, of $1,100,000. 7,700 square foot lot. Actually, 7,800 square foot lot. This is brought to us by. Let's see here. Conrado de la Garza and Carolina Lopez. And just Conrado de la Garza for the sellers, and then on the buyer side, Carolina Lopez and Alejandro Lopez. Must be a relation. I see 818 area codes for Conrado. Maybe they left some money on the table. I don't know. What do you think of this?
Yeah, it looked like owner occupant.
Okay.
The curb appeal looks great.
Really
nice, nicely set. It's elevated.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Just try to repeat that again.
House is elevated off the street. It's well situated in relation to the street. Some of it looks like it's clean and staged. Other areas look maybe a little congested. Maybe it was just the staging choices. But the finishes aren't on par with the other properties. The tiles, the cabinets. Oh, it's clean and move-in ready. Certainly feels like it can definitely use some upgrades.
Right.
So it's a good price for the square footage and the curb appeal. If there was money left on the table, there could have been some interior finishes done. Even painting some of those cabinets can go a long way. A common thing that we do with more
Mm-hmm.
hip and trendy colors.
Right.
Changing countertops, changing tile. Um, I would guess, 20K would have netted them another 100K in
Yeah.
response.
Yeah.
They're good for the buyer.
Yeah.
They can invest that 20K themselves.
Yep. Yep. Well, and not that we're a commercial for First Republic, but it does say property qualifies for 3.79%, 30-year fixed, 20% down, and a $4,000 credit towards the buyer's closing costs. So it's that Eagle Community Program that they're obviously getting out there, which is good. And that's based on the geography, I guess. So, all right. Well, great. Good for the buyer. Okay, so we are done with
Sold.
my side of it. Sold. We
Sure.
will move on now to see what some new listings look like.
Sure.
Gosh, I don't. I'd like to think this would help, Darren, but I think this is totally wrong. But if you would slow down your speech, maybe we could get through it. But it's really like spotting out a lot.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna do 3.
Okay.
And we'll get through them quickly. You can speak a little more about it if you like, Jeff.
Sure.
Let's start with 1.
Okay. I didn't get that. So 1,
1 4 2 6 McCollum.
2 6 McCollum. All right. Yeah, I saw this one. Looked nice. I'm trying to remember if this is a real estate agent's. No. This isn't. Okay. Let's take a look. All right. Okay. So 1426 McCullum Street. This is Silver Lake, I believe, still. 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 1,593 square feet of living space on the market at $1,598,000. It's on a 4,800 square foot lot. And open houses are scheduled for this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, the 6th, 4 to 7 p.m. Sunday, 1 to 4 p.m. So you can get a twilight there. Let's see, 3 days on the market so far. And this is brought to us by Daniel Medrano out of the 909 area. All right, Daniel. Let's see if I can. There we go. There it is. Okay. So what do you think of this place, Darren?
It feels appropriately priced
Okay.
to me. It's good square footage, good neighborhood. Yeah, it shows well.
Yeah, I saw the 1598. I hadn't seen the pictures yet, and I was sort of taken back. But no, it's nice windows. Yeah, nice finishes. They really went through the whole place. I remember walking this house in particular, and it was a mess. So yeah, they have done a lot of work here. Good for them. Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Let me get out of here. And the next one is, go ahead.
2649 Saxon.
Saxon. O-N. Okay. Glassell Park. All right. I'm keeping my fingers crossed, but I think your signal has gotten better. We'll see. Okay. And let's see. Yeah. Okay. 2649 Saxon Drive. This is Glassell Park. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,268 square feet of living space. Active at $1,150,000. It is a 4,700 square foot lot. Days on market 7. And let's see, this is brought to us by Cass Lombardo. Cass out of the 951310. Doesn't seem like a local agent, but yeah, what do you think, man? What are your thoughts?
It's a property seeking an identity.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a rustic components both on the exterior facade as well as inside.
Mm-hmm.
But it's got modern windows and a clean line paint job. It's got a mid-century roof line. It's got some high windows. It's got some mid-century elements, which I think enhances it.
Yeah.
And I think will help get it sold at this price in this neighborhood. But it needs some more continuity. Overall to bring its best price. But again, that becomes an opportunity for a buyer to bring that to it.
Yep. Yeah, it definitely seems like this was an owner who, over several generations of remodeling, just didn't settle on one particular style. And that's what the guy or the agent says, bring your creativity and ideas to this one-of-a-kind beauty. So, yeah, that's what somebody will do, I hope.
This one might sit because of that. I'm not convinced this one will move fast.
Yeah, it says here, backyard offers a tranquil waterfall feature. I was looking at that thing, and I wasn't so sure if it looked like a mistake. Yeah, it looks like a mistake. What's going on there?
It looks pretty vertical for a waterfall.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Cool.
let's see what happens there. All right. Do you see another one you'd like to?
Sure, I have one more. 4536 Yosemite Way.
Oh, okay. Is this in our neck of the woods when we were over there?
That's in Eagle Rock.
Okay.
This one's very well priced.
Okay. Okay, 4536 Yosemite Way. This is Eagle Rock, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,164 square feet of living space. Yes, good price, $899,000. It's on an 8,000 square foot lot. Open house is scheduled for, looks like here Monday, the 8th, 12 to 3 p.m. That's a little odd. 3 days on the market so far, and this is brought to us by who? Emily Sinclair, who we know. Hi, Emily. Congratulations. And what do you think of this place?
I would say that the agent here had some input. There are some older elements, but like what could have been done on the last one, I think there was some tying those elements together, which makes this look much better in the presentation. Still room for some improvements, maybe some countertop change outs, a couple other things. But in general, it feels nice. It flows well. It feels airy. And I think this one will sell quickly because of that.
I have to say, I think, staged appropriately and done to a retail condition that, somebody can walk in here and say, I'm living here for a couple years. It's fine.
Yeah. It's got enough that I don't need to do anything, whereas the other one, it's like, it's got good stuff, but I want to do stuff right away.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's awesome. Anything else? You're sounding good, man. So anything else you want to show?
No, I'm good. I think those are some well-priced properties. Again, if that trend holds true, the really well-priced ones do sell typically quickly and will go over. Maybe the other ones languish a little bit and end up being those properties that sell discounted. Yeah.
All right. Well, look, guys, thanks for joining us once again. I hope you got something out of this 45 minutes. And, we'll see you next Thursday. If you like what we're doing, I never say this enough, and I watch everybody, and they always do it. Follow us, ring the bell. I don't know what else you need to do, but show us a little love. And perhaps some friends and neighbors and others will see us as well. So please do that for us. And we'll see you next week, Thursday, 2 p.m. All right, have a great week.
Bye.
See you guys.